Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Catfish review. Oh my gosh, so this one is a little bit crazy, y'all. It's a little bit spicy. It's a lot of like moving parts. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do it, y'all. I'm gonna try. Wish me luck. I'm going in. All right. So Emma, she's 24. She's a speech. I'm talking about speech, and look, I can't even talk. A speech pathologist from New Jersey, and she's talking to this guy named EJ. He seems like he's multiple people, so she's a little worried about it. And he was cute. He's a football player for a university, so it seems like he's real from the account that she saw and stuff like that. And guys, definitely make sure that if you're not yet part of our family, that you do go ahead and hit subscribe, okay? And turn on them post notifications so you don't miss my videos, all right? And hit that like button if you like this video when we done, all right? So she's proud of herself because she has lost about 100 pounds. She had like her weight loss surgery. So she feels good about herself. You know what I'm saying? And she did say that he confesses like to weird things. And this was all in like the initial email that she sent to Neve and Cammy. She also had mentioned that he had stood her up at one point. So yeah, red flag right there, super red flag. Like saying that you somewhere or standing somebody up. I mean, I don't know how some of these relationships or friendships or whatever you want to call these things be lasting so damn long, especially when the people don't see the other people. It's like, what the hell? So now, she said at some point she started talking to somebody new, and EJ went ahead and he actually reached out to this person and ruined that whole entire relationship. So, yeah. He's also done things where she has sent him nudes. And at this point, she's like, you know what? He just seems like he's some kind of stalker. So, yeah, it sounds like he's like a little obsessed with her. That's what it's kind of sounding like to me. Because I'm like, ain't no way. So, from what she said, the Instagram seemed legit because they were like verified quarterbacks that was actually talking back to the account. So, it seemed like it was real. And she said that the thing that messes it up every time that they trying to have conversations is that he's always at practice. So they could never do like FaceTime. And when he does try to FaceTime her, hit her up, it's like when she's sleeping. How convenient is that? He probably knows the times that she's sleeping and is like, let me do these times. So that way she won't be able to say anything. Like at the end of the day, I could say, well, I called. I did my part. Like, it's not my fault that she was sleeping when I called. That's the only time that I'm available. That's the only time that I don't have practice. Like, we was at practice super late. You gotta think. You gotta think like these people, yo. Like, they just be playing games. But I think the part about it is the fact that you get so involved and you get so invested that you almost like want to believe them. I mean, it's just like a regular relationship. Like, somebody could lie to you so freaking bad and you just want to believe them despite everything that you see that's telling you this person's a freaking liar. Okay, you're just like, you know what? Like, maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm the one that's making things up, I know I've definitely had those moments. I don't know if y'all have, but I know I had. So now, so yeah, they never FaceTimed or anything like that, child. So he tells her that he was like June came around. He said that he was coming by her house. He was outside and he wasn't outside. So that was the part where he stood her up. So she ended up cutting him off after that. And I don't blame her because now you playing with her head and you making her feel like she's stupid or she's crazy. So then he says that somebody had stolen his phone, one of his boys, and he even shows her a message where he's talking to somebody else, letting them know of the whole situation. So who knows who this person was? It was probably another fake account or something like that. But he actually legit told somebody the situation. So it seemed real. It just like, why would you make that up? Like, why would you make up somebody to talk to tell them the situation so that you can take a screenshot and show me what's going on, like what you told them. Like, damn, yo. It's crazy. And so she actually did a little bit of investigation herself because she did feel like something was going on. So she hit up the phone number. It was registered to somebody named Tiana. So he admitted that that was his fiance. Like, now shit is getting real, it's getting extra weird. Like, it was weird, but now it's getting a little more weird, you know? And come to find out, EJ is actually Jake, and then there was another person named Kyle. So it was just so much going on. Y'all like my baby mic? I'm trying to get used to it. This is only my second time using it. I used it on my power recap as well, so I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of cool. It makes me feel like I'm doing something official. Official spy work. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing. I have done some commentary work in the past, but it's been of several years. That's when I got to put on my anchor voice. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, so then there was this other guy named named Dane that had reached out to her on TikTok. So it was like so many different people and names. It was like, I'm like, girl, how you not getting a headache with all these people reaching out to you on behalf of him, or saying that they're him, or he's saying that this was the person that was actually talking to you when in fact you feel like it was actually him, but now he's like, no, it wasn't me. This person had my phone. Like, why would somebody have your phone for a week and a half? And then this person was actually the person that was initially talking to her, but then he ended up talking to her. Like, the stories just wasn't adding up. Like, nothing was making sense. And that's the real root of the problem here. So I think that's when she started to really wise up and say, all right, like, this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief, for real. So then she gets a video from Jake, who actually was like an authentic video because it said her name. It wished her luck for her surgery that she was going to be doing. So it's like, wow, like, this dude actually, got his friend. And this is, supposed to be Jake's. Was this supposed to be EJ? No, this was supposed to be the real Jake, who was EJ's friend. So he says it, and it said her name and everything. And Neve and Cammy were like, oh, this is a cameo. Like, we know what this is. I'm like, wait, Ross, what is this? A cameo? I never even heard of this. I'm like, I'm about to look up this app and see what's up one day. Like, who can I make tell me happy birthday on February 26th? Pisces. I mean, because this is kind of cool, But I'm not one of those people that idolize, like, people like that. So, I mean, it would be cool. But maybe if I could get somebody, for one of my friends or my family members who really, really are into, certain people, maybe like personalities or, influencers as they're called, or, something, then that would be kind of cool. Because Neve and Cammy said they're even on there. So it's kind of cool that you can do stuff like that. I wonder how much it would cost. I guess you would have to download the app and look up to see who's on there to actually get that service. But I guess it's kind of cool. But, I mean, and you could keep it maybe for the rest of your life or screenshot it or whatever. So I guess it works. But the crazy thing about it is they found out that, all right, when they searched up the Cameo website, they found Jake. He only had one video. And the one video that was created was a video that was created for her. And it looks like she was the one who requested it and thanked him for it. So it was like, what? So this person, EJ, actually catfished Emma, made an account on the Cameo with her picture, and actually thanked this guy for giving her an acknowledgement and wishing her luck for her freaking thing. It was just weird. Like, are you kidding me? You went through all of this length. Like, how much time do you have on your hands? Do you just sit at home and do nothing? Like, that's what it feels like. Like, you just sit at home, do nothing, and just create profiles all day. Like, I hope that this person really makes money, because at the end of the day, like, all this time that you have on your hands, you could be utilizing it to make something great or do something great in this world. And you're using it to catfish people on social media. Like, really though? Come on. Come on. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. So now he also messaged her on Kick because she had blocked him on all social medias, which I don't blame her. And then he started sending her like biblical verses and stuff like that, telling her that she's disgusting because God loves everyone regardless of their sins, because she didn't want nothing to do with him anymore. And I'm like, yo, this is some crazy lunatic. Like, I've seen people do stuff like this. I can't even lie. Like, I've seen people use Bible verses on some weirdo shit. That's why, like, for me personally, I'm not really, like, I'm a spiritual person, but I'm not super religious, you know? And, yeah, I guess you can kind of call me an agotist, something like that. Whatever. You know, I don't classify. But anyway, so, yeah. The weird thing about it is, like, sometimes they'll send you, like, Bible verses, and it'd be, like, their own little thing in their head that they make because they want to kind of curse you out, but they want to do it in a heavenly way. Like, nah, don't do that, because I read between the lines. I catch shade very easily, so I will call you out and I will tell you about yourself. Like, don't try to do that and think like, oh, because you sent a Bible verse, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to have no reaction. No, it's going to be you're going to get the same energy, okay? Maybe a little bit toned down. I'll be like, God bless you too. Like, you know, say what I gotta say, then God bless you too. You know. Not dead ass though. I be really doing that. I can't make this stuff up. It's happened many times. I can think of 3 people off the top of my head that I've dealt with that have had this situation. It's sad because I'm not even that old, so it's sad. But anyway, so now EJ also reached out to one of her male friends named Tyler and asked if he knows her, and then tells Tyler that she's dead. Number one, which of course Tyler's her friend, so Tyler knows that she's not dead, and proceeds from there to send nude photographs. I mean, bare butt naked, because she was doing this, you know, to please him or whatever. You know, when you got your boo thing or whatever, you be sending them little things. Sometimes, I mean, not everybody does it, but sometimes, you know, especially if you don't see them like that, you be sending whatever. And he's over here sending it to her friend. Like, talk about capital violation, capital major violation. Like, that right there sounds like a crime to me. I mean, that's like revenge porn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot, like, you're supposed to kind of not say certain words on here. So, like, revenge, you know what I'm saying? Or there are things like cyber harassment. There are new laws, depending on what state you're in. I know California has a lot of them, that you can actually get in trouble for these things, you know? These are crimes. These are harassment. So she definitely could have went further and took this person down for the things that they did and humiliating her like that. They did ask her like why she never mentioned this, but she said the reason why is because it's embarrassing, you know, especially to have to say it on TV. Like, maybe she was hoping that it would just kind of brush over and she wouldn't have to mention that part. But no, your friend Tyler ended up saying it, so now you have to address the issue, you know. So yeah, she sends them everything. They do the investigation and all that stuff. They came up with some picture of one girl, and they also came up with like 3 Facebook accounts for the same name for this Tiana person. But the photo of this person with the link, I mean, that seems to be kind of like the link because it had like a Bible verse as well. So it's like, maybe that could possibly be the correct person. Perhaps. So now they reach out to Jake, Tyler, and Kyle. And I'm talking about Neve and Cammy, right? Tyler did go ahead and write back first. I don't even think the other ones wrote back. But that's when they found out about the whole situation with the nudes, you know, and that this guy actually said that he was selling them on the internet. Like, he created a fake Instagram account, and he was actually adding her friends on there and selling the photos, according to what he told Tyler. sick. Like, that's just disgusting. You're sick. You're violating someone's privacy. You're violating someone's rights. You're violating someone's trust. It's so many things that go into doing something like that. Like, you just have to be a dirty, stink individual to do something like that. And I go in because something like that, similar situation kind of happened to me. So I definitely feel for anybody who goes through that, because I mean, luckily it wasn't too graphic, but it was still like borderline, like, you know. So yeah. Dirty stink people. Dirty and stink, okay? You know, let me give you every accent that I have. But yeah, like, it's definitely messed up though at the end of the day. And she basically, like I said, she said she knew about it, but she didn't really want to mention it. But does anyone else feel like, I don't know, like, just to, like, maybe it's just me, but she kind of sounds like Kim Kardashian? Like, every time she spoke, it's like I had to like do a double take, because I felt like I was hearing Kim Kardashian's voice while I was like typing my notes and stuff like that. I was like, dang, she does sound like her. She don't look like her, but she sound like her. But yeah, just the voice. But yeah. So she did end up getting a message from EJ saying that he loves her and that he wanted her new number, and he had to tell her something but couldn't tell her through Kick. Like, dude, if you gotta tell me something, just tell me what it is. Don't, like, what sort of action is, why you need my number for? First she had told him no, but then Cammy and Neve, they came up with this great plan that, you know, maybe she can give them their number and it can kind of be filtered through that. So come to find out, this person sends them the text message or whatever, right? It says the name Alina Ferreira. This name is the same name that had catfished a guy that she was talking to in attempts to catfish them and ruin her relationship when she had finally gotten into a relationship with somebody. So that right there is the proof that this is what they did. And they so stupid, they didn't even change the account name so that it wouldn't show the name when they text somebody. You dummy. Like, what are you doing? Yo, you like, it's like they're smart and stupid at the same time. It's like they're doing a lot of things, but they're doing so much that they're confusing themselves. Like, you confusing me, but you also confusing yourself because you all over the place. And that's the crazy part about the situation. So they asked the person, like, can you come on Zoom? And at first they was being reluctant. They wasn't really trying to do it. But then eventually he agreed to do the whole Zoom thing because she was like, you know, she got reinforcements. She kind of needed help with this, whatever. So they agreed. I don't know. I would have to give me a whole ton of money if I was a catfish and you gonna put me all over the internet, on TV, and all that stuff, because, baby, you about to ruin my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with this situation, like, this is a ruin your life situation. I'm sorry, like, nah. If you're gonna try to buy me, you gonna have to buy me real good, because this episode is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't see myself just coming on Zoom to embarrass myself. Like, I would have hung up. As soon as I saw the other people, like, fuck out of here. Beep. Like, that's why I'm like, this can't be real. Like, it has to be some kind of, like, no, it has to be some kind of money involved, some situation. And it better be some good money, too, because I wouldn't do this for no $100. Like, imagine I'm ruining my life for $100. Like, no. I'll just stick to catfishing if that's the case. Like, get out of here. Anyway, back to, let me stay on topic. Let me stay on task. So now EJ comes on the screen, and I was like, what is this? What is going on here? What is this? Let me see what is going on here. Something just wasn't right. Like, I was like, wait, is that paint on your chin? What in the hell is this? I wasn't wait. I'm sorry. It was just weird to me, okay? And he seemed like it was just something odd about him. So he came on, he said he's 22, he apologized for using the picture. So that means, he's younger than her too. He apologized for using the pictures, and he said that he really cared. This is the first time that he really actually cared about someone. So all of the stuff that he did was acceptable because he cared, you know. Duh. Obviously, like, why would that not be okay? Like, why can't I make up fake profiles and ruin your life if I care about you? That's what you're supposed to do, guys. Like, bro, give me a break. Anyway, so then he reveals that he was. All right, let me try to get this all together. All right, so he reveals that she was also talking to Jake, who was from the photos, because Jake uses this account to like cheat on his girl. So she was talking to Jake at some point, and they're like, okay, but that doesn't make sense because it's Jake's photos, and then she would find out, and if he's like this football player or whatever, like he's popular, so people would know who he is. So why would he use this account, a fake account, a Finsta account, with his real picture to talk to girls? He's like, oh, because she's blocked on there. They were like, yeah, something. It's like the bullshit meter was just going way off. Like it just wasn't really adding up. So that was that. And then it was just like, then he said that Kyle and Jake they didn't want to be involved. That's why he's the one taking all the heat, even though Kyle and Jake was also a part of this, and they were talking to her as well at different parts. But, they play football, so they didn't want to mess up what they got going on. Okay, so that's another part. Supposedly, allegedly. So Neve is just like, yeah, let's try this again. I'm trying to give you the opportunity to be honest, to talk to her, to talk to us, to let us know what's going on, kind of redeem yourself. And you're like tragically failing because we know a lot of this stuff, but we're just giving you that moment. It's like, kind of like when your kids do something bad and you already know what they did, or your man cheats on you and you already have all the proof, right? You got all the screenshots, you got receipts, literal receipts of like the motel or hotel or whatever that he took this chick to, the vacation photos, you see all of this. You see maybe even Snapchat videos that you have saved on your phone. Like you have all of the proof, so they cannot lie to you. But yet, they're looking in your face like, yo, babe, like, I ain't never lied to you. Like, I never cheated. I would never do anything like that to you. With a straight face, like, just looking you right in your eyes. And you're like, crazy. Like, has he done lost his mother effing mind because he's over here lying to me? And I got all the proof in my phone. I got all of it. Like, I'm trying to see if you gonna be man enough to just say what it is, so maybe we can move forward. But you just digging yourself into a deeper hole, like just making it worse. But that's exactly what this scenario was. That's what was going on here. So he was like, so they're like, all right, so what about this whole, the naked pics thing? And he was like, that he was sending them to her friends, so he didn't think that she would care. And he said that he told her that he was selling the photos to make her upset. But they were like, but you just said that you was sending the photos to her, selling the photos to her friends. So they're like, wait, it's not making sense. It's like, and you could tell by his body language, the way he was looking away. I'm pretty sure that the eye movements was the side that indicates that you're lying. He was looking, I'm trying to think. He kept on looking to the left side, and I believe, I don't feel like Googling right now, but I believe that might be the side that indicates that you're lying. When you look, it's like a certain way that you have to look. And so, yeah, he was pretty much lying. And lying hard. You know what I'm saying? So he said that he was not behind the Elena profile, and that, that was pretty much, like I said, the Catfish one. And they're like, see this right here? Like, maybe you could have possibly fooled them, because at the end of the day, they was pretty confident, but they didn't really have the proof for the things that they were alleging, these things that they felt really passionate about. They didn't really have the proof. So, you probably could have got away with that. But right here, you done effed up. Like, now we know that you a liar. You know what I'm saying? Because they see it. They're like, okay, so you're saying that you're not Elena Ferreira, but you texted us. You didn't text her. You texted us, and it shows your name, that the iCloud account that you're logged into right now is Elena Ferreira. So, yeah, come again? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got caught, and then he's just looking away like, let me show you how that went down.
Ferreira.com. Why are your text messages coming from Elena Ferreira?
I can't.
Well, there's a technical explanation, which is that you are signed in via that email. I'm not faking it. That's how you contacted us.
Yeah, so that pretty much shows that he's a liar, okay? With that little clip right there, I just had to insert that because it was too funny for me, y'all. It was just hilarious. I was just like, this is terrible. It's terrible, okay? And they're all like, yo, we know the truth at the end of the day. Like, why don't you just be honest? So then he finally admits that he's Elena, he's Emma, and he's Jake. Those were all his profile photos. Those were all profiles that he had created. So they're like, okay, your phone number comes up as Tiana. Who's that? He's like, that's his dead name. So now things is coming to light. So now we find out that he's a trans person who's going through so many issues. But I feel like regardless, that does not give you the right to do all the cruel things that you did to her. He did mention that he has anger issues. And Cammie's like, you know what? It's crazy that someone who is trying to live in their authentic self is actually being so inauthentic in life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you trying to do what you got to do to be who you felt like you was always supposed to be, but yet you're being so, like, you're being such a fake person. You're being such a scammer. You're being such a catfish, and you're literally trying to destroy someone else. He's talking about, that he has abandonment issues and anger issues and all. Like, I was in definitely agreement with Cammie saying that he needs therapy because it's a lot of things that it seems like he needs to deal with before he can even be in any type of relationship, because then he's going to always be stalking people when they feel like they don't want to do it anymore and something ain't right with him. So it's like when somebody no longer wants to be with him, maybe they get the bad vibes or whatever, because I don't think it's just like, I think there's something deeper going on mentally. Like, some shit ain't there. It's like he has multiple personalities or maybe bipolar disorder or some type of undiagnosed issues. I feel, I'm not a professional, although I have taken some psych classes when I was in college and even in high school in 12th grade. So I kind of remember a little bit of that stuff, and I do a lot of reading. So I feel like there is something going on that's much, much deeper that he does need to kind of look into and uncover and hopefully cure, you know what I'm saying, because these bad decisions ain't it, Even Emma ended up saying, like, I don't feel like you're a bad person, but you did make bad decisions. I mean, she nicer than me because I don't know. Like, I just feel like something ain't right, you know what I'm saying? And it's scary. It's definitely a scary situation because it was like, it was getting to the point where it was getting dangerous. Like, you're exploiting her. You're putting her stuff on the internet. Like, this is serious, like, criminal activities that you're doing. So, yeah, you definitely need to get yourself together and get some kind of rehabilitation and get your mind right before you even be on the internet. If this is the way you want to be acting, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So, officially after that, they stopped talking. They haven't talked since. Emma's just single, and I'm pretty sure she's scarred from this. I mean, anybody would. Like, I know I've had situations on the internet before where it just kind of changed me. Like, it didn't make it. It was no longer like a fun place. Like, I remember at one point, this was years and years ago, I had literally, and this wasn't with the nude thing. This was like a different situation. I literally ended up like closing my whole Twitter account. Like, years later, I started it back, like a brand new one. So I lost like thousands of followers that I had, because I was like one of the first people that, well, maybe not one of the first people, but I had it like early on. So I had a lot of followers. I was actually very active and very, like one of those people, oh yeah, today's a great day. Like, oh my God, I'm walking to the store. Like, like just being cringy on there. I mean, I'm happy that it turned out the way it did, because it changed me and it made me not so like put my business out there, But, situations like that where certain people were like stalking me to the max, it was like, okay, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want people watching me. I just want to crawl into a hole and not be seen. I don't trust anyone, because there were fake people contacting me and talking to me, and they were all this one person. So it was just weird. So I have catfish stories, y'all. I have them. I've done it. I've experienced it. I remember when I used to do my story times on my Samore Love TV channel. I put a lot of them out there back in the days. But yeah, so just like I said, like it can definitely change somebody mentally and just kind of make them a lot more closed off. Maybe not even want to be on social media right away. It'll make you really, really appreciate real interactions, real life human beings that we're around. Unless you have like some kind of social anxiety, which that can definitely cause you to say, you know what, maybe I'm going back to the internet. I'm going back to the internet streets. But that's just kind of how I see it. And, they said that this guy, he kind of changed as well, and he closed down all the accounts. So hopefully that's a path to like righteousness and just being a better person in life. But that's pretty much the crazy, twisted episode that had me like, I gotta remember, not even remember, but I gotta like, it was like so confusing. I might have messed up something here or there. If I did, you could correct me. Let me know what you thought about the episode down below. And if you've experienced any crazy crap like this, definitely I want to hear your stories. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Laters.